In today's talk, I want to discuss about wearing a man mask and the exhaustion that that can cause. I'm Dr. Brett and I'm here to make a difference in men's lives by allowing them to deal with their past, understanding where they come from and maybe what causes them to act or behave in certain ways, and to move forward so they can become the best men that they were destined to be. So let's talk about these man masks that we wear. And I've discussed man masks before, but man masks are basically the masks we have to wear to survive in certain situations. And wearing masks are fine, but you have to learn to take them off and actually deal with the issues that might be underlying. So when we have these man masks on, a lot of time it's actually to convey to the world that everything's okay, that we are strong and that we're tough and everything's fine. And we're not being affected by anything, and that we don't show feelings as men, and we don't cry, and we don't have problems and weaknesses and all that sort of stuff. And that's just baloney. That's bullshit, because at the end of the day, we are human beings, and as human beings, we actually have emotions and human emotions. We don't actually connect with those emotions. We're only living half a life. So I really encourage people or get people to understand that by wearing these man masks, it's actually detrimental if you wear them all the time. You have to wear them sometimes to allow you to survive in certain situations. You know, police officers have to wear man masks. Elite sportsmen like boxers, they have to put these tough man masks on. Football players the same. But you have to learn to take them off as well. So police officers, fireys, ambos, soldiers, they put these tough man masks on, but if they don't learn to take them off and deal with the issues they've been through, then it's going to cause some long-term detrimental effect. And we see that in today's society from our vets if they haven't dealt with their past issues. It's the same with everyone, and we've all had our traumas in our life, whether it be being heartbroken, loss of a loved one, being abused, assaulted, whatever the case may be, bullied even. All those sort of things, they can cause internal scarring. And we put this mask on to let the world know that everything's all right internally, whereas in fact, we're actually breaking down and falling apart. And so when we put this man mask on and we let the world see that everything's okay, and it's not, it becomes exhausting. It's so much so that we become mentally fatigued by keeping up this facade, this bullshit image that the world expects us to be as men. We have to break down those barriers. We have to take off those masks, and we have to actually let the world see that we are vulnerable and that we do have emotions, that we do have feelings, and we do make mistakes, and we do have weaknesses. We have feelings, we cry. Because honestly, why the hell should we put up with society's view of how we should act? We're allowed to be open and vulnerable. We're allowed to have problems. And by wearing this man mask all the time, it becomes exhausting, and it just wears you down even more, and it breaks you down internally. And in the end, what's going to happen is you're going to totally unwind, unravel. And when I talk about juggling a bit. And so when we've got a few issues we have to deal with, we're juggling life in general. So the mortgage, the job, the family. We may then injure ourselves, so we throw another ball in the mix. Then we have to make sure that we have to deal with our past. And if we start juggling all these balls in the air from our trauma, from our everyday life, from dealing with what happens at work, and then at the same time pretend everything's okay at the same time, and we throw another bit of a stressor in there, at some stage things are going to fall apart and you're going to crash. And I've talked about before about how this particular fire is very friendly. We've talked about before how when we don't deal with our issues initially and work through them, it's going to eat away at us, and it's going to start to cause cracks, and those cracks can seep through and like a volcano, and what seeps out is maybe depression or anxiety or something worse. Or it can explode like a volcano, and that explosion can come out as hate, rage, anger, violence. So we have to learn to deal with our masks. Take them off so we have a bit more energy. Be open and honest about who we are. And that way we can move forward and enjoy our lives that we should do. Be happy and joyous, because that's all we ever deserve, is being happy and joyous, being content with our lives, being happy with ourselves. So just remember that it's time to take down your man mask and deal with your past and move forward so you can be the best man you can be, the man you're destined to be. So until next time, take care. I want you to share these videos, make a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget, in February next year, February the 14th, we're having our first Momentum Workshop, men only, here in WA. And if you want to register your interest, please go to my Facebook page at Dr. Brett Della and register your interest, because we'd love to see you there. Because I know how much pain we can be as men, we can suffer. And it's time to take a stand and make a decision for yourself and actually deal with your past. So until then, peace and love and healing to you all, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.